welcome to the Never Seen It podcast, the only podcast called Never Seen It that's worth listening to. And with us tonight, as always, Mr. Arnie, the one-man party, a.k.a. Arnold Calego's here with us tonight, folks. Mr. Daily Dares, a.k.a. Filipino Grigio, a.k.a. Alex Calego, the brothers Calego. And then there's me, Boots Too Big, a.k.a. Adrian De La Torre. And he's back, ladies and gentlemen, the prodigal son. He's back. It's been a while, but Mr. Anthony Girardi, a.k.a. Toner, joins us again tonight. Former co-host and founder of the Never Seen It podcast is with us again for one night only.
Good to be back.
Good to have you back, Anthony. It's been a while. It
has
You still watch movies, I hope. You didn't stop because of us.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time these days it's, kids animated movies, but every now and then I'll sneak in a little R-rated horror.
K-pop Demon Hunters? Is that...
That was great. I loved K-pop Demon Hunters, and those songs are still stuck in my head.
Nice.
I still got to see that.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard some things. It's hot. It's a real hot movie.
It is.
But the other hot movie that we're talking about tonight is a 2021 horror film directed by Scott Derrickson, The Black Phone. Finney Blake, a shy but clever 13-year-old boy, is abducted by a sadistic killer and trapped in a soundproof basement where screaming is of little use. When a disconnected phone on the wall begins to ring, Finney discovers that he can hear the voices of the killer's previous victims, and they are dead set on making sure that what happened to them doesn't happen to him. Starring, of course, Mr. Ethan Hawke. Love Ethan Hawke. Hawke not like Ethan Hawke. And that's Black Phone. This was chosen by Anthony. So, Anthony, tell us, why did you choose Black Phone? What was your perception of this movie before you chose it?
So I had never seen this. It had been probably quite a while since I watched anything really horror. And so the second one had recently come out, and so I had seen a lot of promotional material for it again. And this popped up in the streaming platforms, and I was like, oh, let's give it a watch. Like you said, Ethan Hawke is kind of a tried and true masterclass actor, and so I was like, let's see. I want to see him play the villain and see what comes of this. Had really no idea of what it was other than that creepy mask that's in like all the photos that you see. That's kind of all I knew. I thought it was maybe some like ghosty type of horror, which it did end up becoming, but was not expecting the whole child abduction plot. That was a bit of a surprise going into it.
Right. And yeah, like you said, Ethan Hawke is great. Did you guys ever see the Before Sunset or Before Midnight movies? Did you guys
Never
ever
saw
watch
that series, no.
Oh, it's so good. It's quick side tangent. It's like a romance, but like not, I don't know how to explain it.
But it takes place over 30 years, right? Like they have three different movies.
I guess there's three. I think I've only seen
the first two are like about them kind of courting, but the third one is actually them in like married. I haven't seen the third one yet, but
I haven't seen the third one either.
It's like they're married, and they're just kind of like
that kind of takes away
married
from the charm.
I mean, like I kind of get why they do it, because like 30 years of like, if you're gonna do a third installment, why continue doing this whole like back and forth of like forlorn romance, that's just like, come on, something has to come of it.
That's a good point, because the first two, they're very talky movies, but they're good. Like I was like, wow, like it's just them talking. Like there's no crazy set pieces. There's no like big visuals. It's literally them walking around Paris and shit, just talking.
That's Richard Linklater. So.
Oh, is it? Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yep.
But you know what's not a talky movie? The Black Phone. Although I guess it kind of is, but not really.
There's some talking. Yeah.
There's some talking, especially over the phone. But yeah, I actually watched this back in 2022, and then I rewatched it today just to have a refresher. And yeah, I wrote a review on it, which we'll get into later. But Anthony, tell us just initial thoughts. What are your sort of rapid fire thoughts after having watched it?
So I remember you had said something along the lines of like you hated it the first time you saw it, and so that was the only thing I knew going into it, which I was like, cool, it's probably a great movie. But no, going into it, like I said, knew very little, knew about the creepy mask, and that was it. And so it had a lot of different layers to it, which I thought were interesting. Like I said, there was like the 70s nostalgia piece of it, and then there was the kidnapping type of scariness, and then there was the dead kids talking on the phone, and then there was like the sister who was praying to Jesus but like getting like visions and stuff. So there was a lot of depth that I don't feel like got fully explained. So now I kind of want to watch the second one to see if they go into it more, because I feel like there was a lot of seeds planted that never fully, cultivated.
I can see that. Now, let me ask you this, and we'll go around the room with this question as well. A lot of people sort of defend Ethan Hawke's character by saying that he's not a pedophile, which I might have to bleep out because of the way the internet is now. But and I'll start with you, Anthony. What do you think?
He didn't go to Epstein Island.
Is he exactly? Is he pedo-coded, or is he just a guy that kidnaps and kills kids? I mean, what was your interpretation?
I mean, it never showed him doing anything
or
sexual.
Alluding to him.
Or it was
right.
He just like abused kids, right? Like, and murdered them.
Right.
So I mean, I didn't really get any like weird sexual pedo vibes from him. I just got like, this is a crazy dude that wants to abduct and hurt kids. And it was that weird illusion too of like he wants you to play his game, and you're gonna be like what do they call the game? It was like bad kid or
naughty boy.
Naughty boy, yeah. And so it's like it almost makes you think like maybe he was abused as a kid by his dad or something, and then he was kind of reliving that. Like, but it felt more like of a physical abuse thing and like an overpowering dynamic than it did anything sexual.
That's a good point. There's lots of violence. Abuse specifically. At every level, there's abuse at school from his classmates for Finn.
Yeah.
There's abuse at home by his father, who they show, spanking his sister for the cops talking to her about, stuff that happens. And then there's obviously abuse by the grabber.
The grabber.
Which I kind of love that name, the grabber. But lots of themes of abuse here, which is the hardest thing for me to watch was the sister getting abused. Like that was like, damn, yeah,
for real.
And that's like the most grounded abuse in the damn thing, and that's what was
She
the hardest to watch.
The bottle of vodka.
Yeah.
Man.
Because he's an alcoholic. Yeah. By the way, the dad, I didn't realize this. The dad is played by the same guy that played Upham in Saving Private Ryan.
Huh.
It took me a while to I was like, why does he look so familiar? And then I went on Letterboxd, and Jeremy Davies is his name.
Saving Private Ryan.
Catch that, yeah.
A movie that I love, by the way. I've said this many times.
It's like the fourth time,
Ryan.
like the fourth time in a row that I think you mentioned it.
It's because people on the internet seem to think that when you say something critical of something, it means, oh, you must hate it. No, I'm not criticizing it as a movie. I was criticizing his character in a movie that I love very much. But we won't get into all that. Not
You're talking about negative things about Saving Private Ryan?
And Tom Hanks, specifically.
Oh, America's sweetheart, Tom Hanks.
Exactly, the Jimmy Stewart of the 21st century.
He was also criticizing Shaving Ryman's Privates, too. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
A classic retelling.
The Gooners don't like when you criticize an adult classic. But Alex, tell me, what do you think? Did you get a pedophile vibes from this character, the grabber, or what do you think about that whole thing?
I didn't honestly get that. I actually honestly didn't really understand his motivation in general. I was kind of getting this sense that it was they were trying to play this sort of supernatural sort of influence type of deal. Like the black phone was something evil that was influencing, because like he'd always say that phone doesn't work, but it obviously does in a sense for Finney. And so it was always this thing that like it seemed like he was trying to convince himself in a way that it didn't work, and in a sense to like almost kind of gaslight the kids into thinking that it wasn't working, but that maybe it was all in their head that the phone was ringing. So like maybe to distrust what was going on with that phone, right?
That's interesting. So it almost sounds like you're saying it was like a coping mechanism for him, for the grabber as well.
No. It was like that phone. He knew the phone worked, right? But like he's trying to convince the kids that it didn't. Like trying to make them feel crazy for hearing the phone ringing and everything like that.
Do you think the
work.
other kids heard the phone too, or was it just Finney?
I think they heard the phone. I think they all heard the phone. Because like if I'm getting the sense that maybe the second one, which I haven't seen yet, they're going to go more into the supernatural sense of what that whole black phone is. Because that's the name of the movie, right? Come on.
Yeah.
There has to be something revolving around it, right?
I just hope they don't over-explain it, and we have another sort of midi-chlorians thing on our hands where they have to explain everything about the lore, and then it's like, okay, now there's no more mystery to it. But yeah, I am curious to know more about how that phone functions, I guess, in this universe, and how the spirits of these previous victims still are able to communicate through that phone. But I just hope they don't overdo it. Let's just keep it a little ambiguous.
I wonder if there's a bigger legacy to that, even before the grabber.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, did they ever explain how? I don't recall them saying or explaining or alluding to how that phone got in there to begin with. It's just there, right? So.
Right.
Well, he kind of did mention that, that phone's always been there since I was a kid. Hasn't worked there in years.
Yeah.
Arnold, tell me, you watched this today as well?
Yeah. Before you so that way you don't have to say the P word again.
Yeah. A PDF file.
Just say it like the way a Filipino would say it. A fedapile. Okay,
pedophile.
because we always confuse the P's and the F's. So
I like that.
Pedophile.
But Filipinos will understand. And so...
Did you hear that? It's talking about the pedophile.
We're gonna get black phoned in Philippines,
Yeah.
blacklisted.
The Disneyfication of the internet is very much real, and PDF file is the code. Alternate word.
FDF.
PDF, yeah. It's a PNG. It's an NPG file, actually.
PNG, huh?
PNG. What are your initial thoughts, Arnold? Now that you because you watched this today as well as I did, right? So
yeah. So other than, him only grabbing or capturing young boys,
right.
From I think the oldest was that one that was playing pinball. He seemed to be 18 or something.
There was a girl though. There was a girl though.
Was there?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, there was a girl.
It wasn't.
Oh yeah, like that.
I
He
thought it was
talked to on the phone.
boys.
I don't remember that.
I think it was the second or the third one that he was talking to on the phone. Remember the one that was
Boys.
kind of upside down, laying.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I thought
dripping.
that
That was
boy, too.
that was a girl. That was a girl.
Oh,
I was pretty sure.
I did not catch that on my second rewatch.
No, I
thought
think
they
I
were
do
all
remember-
boys.
Her throat was slit, I think.
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that you asked me last because as you were going around the table, it made me think of a lot of different things. Like, oh wow, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of or realize any motivation. A lot of times, even when you would see that happen in real life, like on the news, and it's like you don't really know what their motivation is, and you just someone who goes on a spree of that, you just know, okay, the targets have been a certain demographic, so you guys gotta watch out. And for this, it was
that was
a bunch of
Griffin.
young kids.
The upside down one was Griffin. They were all boys.
Oh, it was.
Oh, they were okay.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe just a young boy that sounded like a girl.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
That must have been it.
that one character did have a high pitched voice, so I thought it was that they were a
Right.
girl. So
Yeah, I can see how that.
Here's one thing I was thinking, because here's one interpretation. What if it was a lot of things like that, they're very traumatic. And then I don't know how much you guys watch Ghost Adventures and stuff like that, where in a lot of when things like that tend to happen, say even during the Civil War, you'll hear people who live in those areas where they're or where there was slavery, just really traumatic areas, places where things that very traumatic happen. There'll be hauntings that sound like when they do investigations and stuff like that, that point to people from that time. But
Right.
what if those kids, with the help of the sister who has that sort of special talent to be able to, via dreams or prayers and visions,
Right.
connect with them. I don't know. Is there any? Is this totally made
Well,
up or inspired
it's
by
fiction.
true?
The paper boy that talks to him is based on a real life kid who had a paper route and was kidnapped and never found. So that aspect of it is based on reality. And then also the grabber himself, I believe, is based on, who was it? Some famous serial killer from that era. It wasn't Gacy, it was somebody else. But yeah, there's like, they sprinkled in a little bit of, based on reality stuff. But other than that, it's wholly original. And by the way, going back to the whole, what is it, Arnold? FTP file? Fedapile. The writer himself, C. Robert Cargill, said that, yeah, he actually is that, but we don't explicitly show it or say it in the movie. But, it's one of those things where, like, just because the author or the writer says it, oh, well, actually, not really, or yes, you can still, like, make your own interpretation of it. So I thought it was worthy of discussing regardless of what the writer said. But, yeah. There's some real life stuff that they put in this movie, but obviously the paranormal stuff, I mean, that's a whole nother. Arnold, I forget, did you say you believe in ghosts? I can't remember. You do believe in ghosts, right?
I believe that stuff has happened to me that I've witnessed, different things, different places, and that I can't describe even currently where I work. I think we mentioned this on a couple of podcasts ago with Chris,
yes, yeah,
in our office.
In your office.
I mean, we're right next door to the burial ground, the Indian burial ground, and then
a little bit of Amityville horror going on there.
People always say they're near a burial ground or they're on top of a burial. How do people, like, do they go on a GIS survey or something? Like, do they pull that from public records and it says, oh yeah, this used to be a...
Oh, no, like from our balcony, it's literally the Indian burial grounds.
I didn't know that.
Tribal land. Tribal land.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of.
What did you guys think about? I wanted to see more of him before he got snatched, which was Robin. I was like, I like that character.
Oh, yeah.
But he's a fighter. But you know who else is a fighter? I was surprised was Gwen, the sister.
Yeah.
Gosh dang, she is not afraid to get down.
She clocked that kid with a rock and there's blood. And I'm like, he needs a doctor, like, now.
Yeah.
And her mouth was all bloodied too. She was like hit in the mouth and just like spitting up blood.
I wasn't alive in the 70s, but the whole time I'm like, the 70s were violent. It was all that leaded gasoline.
I was going to say, yeah. I wrote in my notes, like, the dad spanking and being abused and done. You're going to, what was he saying? Like, you're going to slurp that soup louder or something?
Yeah.
Or,
I think he was hungover, like, because there was a lot of, like,
bottles.
Yeah, well, and just, like, allusions to alcoholism in general, right? And, like, that's why she dropped the vodka bottle, which set him off. But, yeah, like, there was a lot of alcoholism in that household.
Yeah, and parents back then, I feel like they were a different breed in general. Like, I don't know, and kids too. I think the people used to be tougher in a way, and even like in our age group, we used to be able to go outside by ourselves for hours on end. Go ahead, Alex.
Well, if you think about it, like remember when they it would be like that Friday night every time after school, the sister was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go over to my friend's house and stay over," and like, okay, it was like nothing, to go stay at somebody's house. Whereas like you would have to like these days, in order to stay at somebody's house, the kids would have to meet, the parents would have to meet and make sure everything's cool and like.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
stranger
this,
danger.
Like, almost formal thing these days, which I get. Yeah. People want to do their due diligence, but at the same time, it's back then. I remember, it wasn't common for us, but we'd have we'd have friends come stay over at our house, but it was kind of rare that we would. The only place we'd ever stay at is our grandmother's house, and like
same,
all our cousins would stay over there and like hang out and like watch movies and watch wrestling and.
There you go. The other thing that, speaking of like just stranger danger in general, because that's kind of how the grabber gets around. He has a black van called that with a label that says abracadabra, and he's a magician apparently. They didn't want to make him a clown because that's too close to it. I was reading about this. So they're like, let's make him a magician. That makes more sense. So what was funny to me was that the cops rely on talking to Gwen as their main lead for these happenings. But like, no one's noticing this ominous black van driving around town. Like, I don't know. What did you guys think about that? Because I thought it was kind of funny. They're like, let's go talk to the 12-year-old and not just like, I don't know, talk to other witnesses. Like, have you seen anything suspicious in your neighborhood or whatever?
Well, and the fact that they talked to the brother, right? Like across the street from the house, or like in the same house where this kid was. And he's got like, it's this new guy in town. He's like tracking all of this stuff. He's doing cocaine in the living room. The cops are just like, all right, buddy, you're crazy. We'll see you later. It's like, maybe investigate this guy a little bit more.
If you took out the brother subplot, it would
Movie
change
wouldn't
nothing.
have been any different.
It would change nothing.
Yeah.
So
That's why I said that was
guys...
another weird layer to this, where I'm like, they crammed a lot of things in this that I don't feel all needed to be in the same movie.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, like how we talked about in Weapons, the misdirection. It seemed like the only point of putting that in was to try to misdirect you in a certain into a certain thing, but it was kind of like shoehorned in misdirection. It didn't make sense. Even like in Weapons, a lot of that stuff kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe.
See, if I put my writer hat on for just a second, what I would have done is I would have had the brother, if you're going to have the brother do it like this, don't tell us or hint that he's the brother. He's just another neighbor. And then reveal that at the last possible second.
Like Finney goes to his house or something and is like, help me. Or,
exactly. Yeah. And then you'd have a great payoff. But they didn't do that. They told us kind of early on. Because what did he say? It was the brother, Max was the character's name. He's like, oh yeah, my brother is out working. And I think at that point we already knew that, his brother is the grabber. He just doesn't know it or whatever.
I don't think we knew. Yeah, we didn't know it yet. But like not long after.
But it was kind of obvious.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
There was one point where like,
it's very soon after that they're like, they kind of feed it to you. They're like, oh no, like this is the same house. And you're just like, oh.
I thought that it was all the same house, but I didn't realize that they were across the street from each other because it kind of looked similar.
Yeah, they're like identical floor plans across the street from one another.
Yeah.
In like Denver, like most houses look like that.
Like when the cops were going through the house, I was like, "Oh, did they miss that like kitchen with the door?"
Yeah.
And then I was like,
I thought they were gonna do like a Silent Hill time shifty thing, like once they start going to the house and like everything's missing, and I'm like, oh, are they too late? Like, is this gonna do some weird time shift and now Finney's dead too, and like we're hearing it actually like he's talking to somebody else now, and they didn't do that.
I just kind of felt like a lot of like plot points were like kind of too convenient, you know? Like that. Like when you get to the end, it's like, oh, there's two different. Like what? How would we even know? Like that's that. Okay.
Apparently,
I just isn't.
In the 70s, on a magician's salary, you could afford two houses. That's how cheap the cost of living was.
Two houses.
I was just gonna say, if you guys ever saw Silence of the Lambs, remember when the cops go to the wrong house while Sterling is already in the actual house with Buffalo Bill? Remember that? So they were trying to do a switcheroo type of thing with that, but the payoff wasn't as good as in Silence of the Lambs. But that's interesting you say Silent Hill, because this movie does borrow a lot from other horror movies, but it like doesn't make it its own. I don't know, and it doesn't work.
Well, I'm also seeing that the script was written in 6 days. So
what? Really?
That's what.
That's crazy.
Here.
What?
Oh no, 6 weeks. Sorry, I can't read.
Okay.
6 weeks.
Okay.
6 weeks. Oh.
Well, you know the funny thing about like Blumhouse films, they always have this like sort of cheap thrown together feeling. Yeah. You know, like. I saw something somewhere like early days of Blumhouse films. What they did was their whole strategy was to make as many cheaply made films as possible, and that put them out there, and somewhere along the line, one of them should make a lot of money, and it would like, kind of like be able to float everything else and hopefully make them money, and like that. Seems to work, but you can always tell though, like the sets are always these like isolated things, like the basement. They're like they're sparsely casted, you know. Even like when they send all the you know.
Next time you're watching any movie or show, this is an aside, but it's funny. Look at how the main cast will interact with people around them, and the people around them rarely ever talk, because when they have speaking lines, you have to pay them more.
Yeah,
So like
they're
a
like-
lot of times, extras
Just
will just
nods or-
exactly. They don't exactly like once you notice that, you'll never unnotice it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
So but to the studio Blumhouse's credit, like there are some really good movies that they've done Get Out, they did the
yeah.
Insidious movies, Split. So there are some quality horror movies there. I feel like this
But if
one
you look
is
at even
mid-tier.
Get Out though, look how sparsely casted it was, and look how the sets were just very isolated. It wasn't but it all depends on the director. He what's his name? The
Jordan
director
Peele?
Jordan Peele.
For Get Out, yeah.
He knew how to get the most out of that budget to make it look bigger. Whereas the director for this, it didn't feel it could have felt bigger, but it didn't.
I agree. I don't know what the budget was on this. I know that they shot it. They wrote it in 6 weeks apparently, and I think I read that they shot it in 33 days or something.
Yeah, they did. 16
Ethan
to
Hawke
18
didn't want to
million.
be in it at first. He didn't even want to be in the movie. Apparently, the director reached out. He was busy
bulking up for a Moon Knight.
Yeah, exactly.
He was yoked in this, I will say. There was that scene where, it shows him in the in the kitchen, ready to beat the kid if he comes up with the belt. And he's shirtless, and he looked like Christian Bale's Batman. It was,
Yeah.
it was
It's
impressive.
funny you say that.
All right,
I was actually
Ethan
looking
Hawke
it up.
dad bod. I wrote Ethan Hawke fit dad bod. Is what I wrote. I don't know.
I was actually looking it up, and Moon Knight was released after Black Phone. Black Phone was in 2021, and Moon Knight was 2022. So it kind of tracks, like you're saying, Anthony. He's
getting ready for
getting
it.
jacked. So he's probably bulking up for Moon Knight.
That makes sense. I didn't watch Moon Knight. I didn't know Ethan Hawke was in Moon Knight. I thought that was Oscar.
He was a bad guy. He was the main bad guy. It was okay.
So he didn't want to be the bad guy in this. He was afraid about being a bad guy in this, but
I guess he
the
also
mask-
did The Northman right after this.
I don't know. He was in that either.
Yeah.
I
Well,
watched
even
that. Yeah,
Northman.
I watched a preview of that. That was actually pretty good.
That's the one by
Taylor Joy.
Yeah. Robert Eggers, I believe.
Skarsgård.
Yeah, the Skarsgård. What does he have? 10 sons that are all actors. Stellan Skarsgård. Yeah. I was just watching.
Yes.
Yeah, Stannis Baratheon. Yeah. He's the elk god. No, I was just watching. Did you guys watch Infinity Pool?
Is that a mix of Infinity Wars and Deadpool?
I wish it was because so far it's very weird, and I don't know.
Thanos moves to Southern California to clean pools.
Oh,
Exactly.
Side biz.
He snaps and he becomes a pool guy.
Brandon Cronenberg.
It's a what if episode.
Yeah, the son of David Cronenberg, Brandon Cronenberg, directed that. Mia Goth is in it. That was my draw. Whenever I see Mia Goth, I'm like, she's gonna be. Even though the movie's bad, she's gonna be worth it. So I gotta finish watching.
I think the first scene that the grabber was talking to Finney. Did anybody think I knew going into it, I heard when I told people, oh, we're gonna do Black Phone. They're like, oh yeah, Ethan Hawke was great in this. I think you guys even mentioned that too.
Yeah.
But then when in that first scene when he's talking to Finney, for some reason I couldn't help but think of Joaquin Phoenix. It made me think of
that?
Joaquin Phoenix. I don't know,
From the Joker?
from his voice or what? I don't know.
You know, I thought the actor that played Finney kind of looks like a little Ethan Hawke. Am I crazy?
No.
I thought this kid kind of looks like him.
Actually, to me, he looked like that guy from Salute Shorts. Do you remember that guy?
Which one? There's so many on that show.
He wasn't the redhead kid. He was the newer kid that gets added onto Salute Your Shorts.
Oh, yeah.
And he's also
Pinsky.
the guitar player. He's the guitar
Pinsky.
player for that band Rilo Kiley.
This is what I love about this show. We'll have all the deep cut references from the 90s and 80s, man. Because I haven't thought about that show, Alex, in years. I loved that show as a kid.
I did too.
And also,
Classic.
Anthony, I'm not sure if you know also about the show that we're also very into our taking care of our health. And, as a society, we sit for so long. And every 30 minutes, it's very important to at least stand up.
This is the kind of content, Anthony, that you've been missing out on. This is why.
Get an Arnie stretch.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to do it with me. Come on, it's Saturday
you're good.
night.
I'm good, actually, Arnold. I was on my feet a lot.
I'm stretching below the waist, Arnold. It's great. I'm also seeing
I did
too,
a lot of stretching.
Yeah, the kid that played Finney was also in the recent How to Train Your Dragon live action. He played Hiccup.
Oh, I didn't see that either.
I haven't seen that
They,
either.
they did a good job on that one.
Yeah.
I heard the people who I know that follow that they're like they like the original.
Well, is that a
It's
Disney?
a true adaptation.
Is that a
No,
Disney
it's
property?
DreamWorks.
No, it's
Oh,
DreamWorks.
Are they doing that now? Where they're like, let's make a live action version
Yeah.
of all of our animated.
It's all a cash
catalog.
grab.
I saw the teaser for the Moana live action, and it's like it still looks CGI.
And The Rock is still going to be in it. So
The Rock is still just the Rock, and the girl. Like, okay, whatever.
Wait, what? They're doing a live action.
Yeah.
Moana. Yeah. The teasers. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it because my kid loves. We both love the original.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Because it's been so long since the original that they had to
it's been a
breathe
whole
new life
9
into
years. We're off the time.
Jeez.
Hey, I guess if it's pre-pandemic at this point, it's like,
Yeah.
that's old.
I would like to
BC
see.
before COVID.
I would like to see a live action to animated version of something.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I don't know what I'd want to see, but
Well, that's kind of like what the Animatrix did, right? They it was the Matrix, and now we'll
that's
animate
true.
it.
That's true.
I want to see a remake of a popular movie, but where everybody's a Muppet except for one person, and they just don't call attention to it. That's what I like. Imagine like The
did
Godfather,
that-
where everybody's a
Happy
Muppet
Time
except
Murders.
Don Corleone.
They did that on
Happy
Community.
Time- Did they really? I
did,
I
yeah.
should watch
They did an episode of Community where it's like everybody was
Just all
Muppets.
Muppets. This could work as a Muppet. Can you imagine like the Ethan Hawke character as a Muppet? I think that could work.
A Muppet horror movie would be kind of great, actually. Just
kid
like
could do that
fuzz, red fuzz coming
Yeah,
out.
and
kid
don't
with a
shy
phone.
away from the gore. I
Just
agree.
give a kid with their phone and they could with all their toys they could do that.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the masks? Because like that felt like another layer that wasn't fully explored, and I was getting like
Yeah.
split vibes where I'm like, okay, like is each mask a different personality that this guy has, different character?
didn't
Again,
think about
something not really fledged out. But like there was the sad mask, there was the devil horns mask. He had like half, like bottom, top, like both, and I want to believe there was something plot related there, and it wasn't just a marketing ploy of like, oh, the mask will be good on posters, you know?
Yeah. Tom Savini is a legendary makeup and special effects artist. He made the masks for this movie. He intentionally made them to look mythic, theatrical, and archetypal. Archetypal, is that how you say it? Pulling from classic Devils and silent era horror. So that's a nice behind the scenes trivia. As far as like the lore within the world of the movie, I don't know. I didn't think about that.
Why did he have the masks?
I mean, there was one scene where he had the bottom half, but you could really see his eyes.
Yeah.
And that was, I can't remember what scene that was, but I felt like he was sort of having a relatively heartfelt discussion with Finn, all things considered. And then like there was the one where you only see the bottom half of his mouth. I feel like it was more sinister.
There's like three different. I'm looking at it's one top with the devil horns, and then there's a sad face bottom, a no mouth bottom, and a smiley creepy face bottom.
Right.
And so like like there was a few different scenes where he wore like everything, right? The devil horns and the bottom mask. But then there were scenes, like you said, where it was no top and it was just the bottom. And then I think there was other ones where it was just the top and no bottom. So he was mixing it up, but I'm like, why?
Say when he first captures Finn,
No
Ethan
mask.
Hawke, you can kind of see his face, and
Painted
did he have
white.
like whitish makeup on?
Yeah.
He did. Okay, I'm not crazy.
Which might have been they were trying to go with the clown route and then decided, no, he's a magician. But like I feel in that scene, he was like, oh, I'm a magician, and his Vance and abracadabra on it. So
Abracadabra. Reach out and grab you. Oh my God, that just hit me. The grabber.
But that kind of makes sense though too. Like, why would it would just be kind of weird if he was wearing the mask the whole time, like especially out in public. That would be almost like revealing that he's like kind of got some sinister thing going on, anyways.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're just walking around with like makeup. You're driving it around in a magician van. People are going to be like, "Oh, he's just a weird kids party magician."
Yeah, he'll grab you. The creepiest thing to me was when he says to Finn, he's like, "I just wanted to look at you." And he's like,
Oh
sitting
yeah,
there.
I just want to watch you.
Creepy. Yeah,
yeah.
that actually to me is the one moment where he might have been a pedophile, right? I don't know if it's
Pedophile?
pedophile. Because that was very like pedophile coded, I thought.
Yeah.
there's a lot of creepy moments, obviously, throughout. But yeah, I don't know. What was your guys' favorite phone call that Finn received? Because he got a call from everybody. I'll tell you what my favorite was, the funniest one to me. But I'm curious, Anthony. I'll start with you. What was your favorite sort of like interaction he had with one of the dead kids?
I thought the pinball kid was funny because he was just like talking shit the whole time. So I thought that one was a fun one. But I liked his like the conversation that he had with his friend. Oh, I can't remember the kid's name, but the kid that was
Robin.
Robin. No. Robin was the one that fought the kids.
Little Hispanic kid.
Yeah. So I liked that call where he was like, you can't kick his ass, so I can't kick his ass, so like you need to do it for me. And like I liked that like kind of full circle where in the bathroom earlier he said like sometimes you're gonna have to get your hands dirty and you're gonna have to like fight. Right. And like so him just kind of coaching him through it. It's like, okay, it's full circle now. It's like this is your time to fight. I need you to do these things. So that one I think had the most gravity to it. There was also the baseball kid too, where like that kind of came full circle, around where he's like, oh, he's got a arm of a cannon or whatever he said.
Oh yeah, I wrote it down.
Yeah, like
what did he say?
Arm is a gem or something like that.
Mint? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, his arm is mint.
Mint.
Your arm is mint.
Just meaning like he has like a great arm. And then that's what he
like
snaps Ethan Hawke's neck.
Actually, I do understand that, Alex. Remember, it's 100% pure of mint. That's something I would say like a long time ago when I was a kid.
Is that a drug thing or a reference to something?
Like mint to me was just like perfect. Like everything's clean. Like perfect.
Oh yeah, it was something that he would say to annoy both me and Donnie.
I'll tell you really quick. My favorite moment, which kind of had a payoff later, was the blonde kid. That's like, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass and this and that, and like they had like a quick extreme montage of him or whatever, and then before he gets grabbed and whatnot, and then at the end you hear him say that line again, but it's recontextualized because he's actually referring to kicking the grabber's ass. So I thought that was a nice little like payoff when the aggressive blonde kid.
Was that the pinball kid?
I don't know if it was pinball kid but it was the kid with the blonde hair. He was like a bully or something.
Oh, I think it was the pinball kid.
Yeah, that was the
pinball
guy.
Yeah, what did he say? I'm going to kick your ass. I'm coming for you, or something like that. And then you hear it again in the end when Finn is actually kicking Ethan Hawke's ass.
Doesn't he say that line in the like when they pull up to the house?
Something, because like the sister sees. Yeah, it's when he's in the cop car and the sister's like having her spirit journey in the car with him, and like she's then hearing that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, what do you? I mean, Alex, Arnold, I'll ask you. What was your favorite sort of a moment with the other dead kids that talked to Finney Boy?
Well, the first one because which was with Bruce, the baseball guy.
Oh yeah.
Because
your arm is mint.
They go through it, and then like at first the grabber tells him that it doesn't work, and then he looks at the cord, and it's like you can see the wires like cut, and you're like, oh damn. But then he goes and picks up the phone, and he's actually like, he hears it, and it was kind of just like, wait, what? So what is this? He's able to communicate, and then that's why I was thinking like, oh, that's they're communicating from across the street where they're buried, and
right.
Is that where the other phone is? Line direct?
Maybe.
Did we ever see that? I don't remember.
No, I didn't remember.
We saw their shelled graves. I think.
Yeah. I don't remember seeing if there was another phone in that basement.
I don't think there was. I think it's that phone's on another plane of existence.
No, they find those spirits. They find any source of energy, and even though it was cut, they'll somehow do it.
Yeah. It's a magic phone, basically.
With the help of his sister. That's why she's able to connect it.
Yeah.
So
is she what you would call clairvoyant? Or what would you call the sister? Like her ability
medium of some sort, right?
Medium. That's a good one. Yeah.
What was it? There's that term, Arnold, in like Ghost Adventures and Ghost Hunters, that are something sensitive.
They
have
force sensitive. It's the midichlorians.
Yeah. Exactly.
Metachlorians, they got it from like when they were swimming in a swimming pool.
They did. The 70s, before females existed.
I'll tell you guys a quick story. Anthony, you may already know this one slightly because we both worked at the same TV station back in the day. Mm-hmm. I did a story with I won't say her name, but we did a story where one of the guys that worked at our station was like kind of like a medium, like he kind of like picked up on energy from ghosts and shit in a room, and we were doing a story about Elvis and how he haunts like old Palm Springs or whatever. And there was moments when, this is true, I think it's actually on my YouTube, I could probably share it later, but he's like, oh, I'm getting some very negative energy here. Oh, this is not good. I need to get out of this room. And I was like, whoa, like he was really like having a reaction. So I think it's something along those lines, maybe. I don't know. What
that guy also did sell haunted Palm Springs tours.
That's
So,
the other one too. Yeah.
you know,
He had to just act it out and
good
plant
for
little
business.
scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was more of a very theatrical sort of thing.
Yeah.
I
But
thought you were gonna say like, oh, all of a sudden like his hips will start gyrating for whatever reason, but then
he's
really
oh, thank you very much. Sorry.
yeah. Alex, did you have a favorite moment with any of the creepy phone calls?
I do. I do like the blonde pinball player kid.
He was funny.
The one
I
that's
thought.
the one that's that's the one that really stood out to me the most. I will say that like I know like that was kind of like a heartfelt moment for like the him to reconnect with Robin and that whole thing. It was cool up until they did the training sequence. I found that very, very like corny.
Step back.
He's
Punched.
yeah.
He had a glass bottle right there.
Yeah.
Why didn't he?
It also reminded me, like when he was doing that, it reminded me of that video game, Parappa the Rapper. Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you want to test me, I was like, "What? Am I playing Parappa the Rapper?" and it was cool. Like, okay, that they did that. It just didn't need that Rocky training sequence.
Yeah, that was.
It would have been
silly.
funny. I would have been like found it really funny if they had a training sequence where he's like doing push-ups. He's like, all right, you got to do push-ups, and he's like doing pull-ups on the
A little montage.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little
just getting
montage.
swole.
yeah.
he's all eating the eggs that the scrambled eggs that he gives them.
I'm glad you
just-
bring that up. 'Cause this movie's funny. Like Ethan Hawke is funny weirdly. Like when he's like, "What did you put in it?" He's like, "Salt and pepper." If I wanted to poison you, like there'd be no point. I already have you locked in.
Yeah. He's like,
Yeah,
you're already
yeah.
trapped.
I know,
But yeah.
but I don't know. That was kind of like with the overdone scrambled eggs. Ugh. I would have said
You wouldn't
no
eat it,
thanks.
Arnold.
Yeah,
Nah, just
like a
kidding.
little
Well,
raw,
he was
runny.
using packaged, pre-carton packaged scrambled eggs. That's why.
And powdered eggs.
Astronaut eggs.
Those
I never had those.
astronaut eggs.
Should try those sometime.
Well, if you season it right, they'll taste good.
There was another part where I thought, it's like one of the things where he was like having to dig the hole in, under the tile because one of the kids told him to do that, and like he was
Right.
disposing of the dirt in the toilet. I was sitting there waiting for the toilet to clog, right?
I was
And just
gonna
saying,
say,
like, is
yeah.
it gonna flood? Like, is that gonna
I
get
know,
him
right?
caught? Like, there were just so many little things where I'm like, okay, like here, and then nothing.
And the fact that he never got caught, like digging the hole, trying to get through that window.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
loud
and-
crashing noise. I mean, I guess it's a soundproof room, so
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
but is the window soundproof? Because I was thinking about the window, not just being a regular
And
ass
he
window.
got the bars off and then never went back to the window.
Never
I'm
went
like,
back.
shimmy up
Never
the
tried-
carpet, dude.
Yeah,
What are you
I
doing?
I was gonna
I
say,
would've-
why didn't he use the carpet like as a ladder, to make his way up there?
Yeah, Ethan, the grabber put a lot of stuff in there for him to like be able to kind of get out, and
It was like an
never-
escape room. It
Yeah.
had so many options.
Yeah,
But he could have put the carpets in front of the doors too, and now the grabber can't get in. Like
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
heavy.
can't reach out and grab you when there's an Afghan in your way. You know
I
what
guess
I'm
it's
saying?
abracadabra his way in.
Let's talk about the ending really quick, because they don't explicitly show the grabber in the end, and obviously there's a Black Phone 2 that's out now that I don't think any of us have seen.
No.
So like, how do you think he survives if he does
I don't.
survive?
I think he's dead.
You think he's dead, but he's somehow met through.
I
some-
think now he's part of the spirit world, and so I think now he's haunting Finney on a phone, and
I
so
see.
that's where I'm hoping we start to get more of this like spirit world phone call connection and like what the sisters tapped into. Because remember, they also talk about the mom being like having dreams that were similar and like that was the dad's like, I don't want you to go down that route. Like your mom ended up killing herself or whatever it was because she was having these dreams. So like I think we're gonna I would hope that the second movie develops more of that, because like I said, there was a lot of plot left on the table, and I'm just like, okay, there's a lot of questions, not a lot of answers.
Absolutely. And because Finn also, like, Ethan Hawke falls through the grate thing and foot gets stuck, and then Finn beats him with the phone thing, and then he also, what does he do to his eyes? He pokes him or jabs his eyes?
He chokes him with the phone cord, and then it sounds like he breaks his neck.
Okay.
Like as he does that or whatever, all the kids are talking to him on the phone, which then all of a sudden Ethan Hawke can hear, which is an interesting development too, where it's like on either he could always hear it, he was pretending he couldn't, or B, on death's doorstep, like that's when he now could hear it. And then I feel like Finney, like you just see him pull extra hard and snaps his neck, which I don't think physiologically is how neck breaks work, but suspend disbelief.
It has to be
like what you were saying, Anthony. I think it plays into what I was talking about, that he was kind of gaslighting all the kids, possibly, that he didn't know that phone actually worked, that it was like a connection to the spiritual world. He was just saying, "Oh, don't bother listening to that phone. That phone doesn't work." But Finney actually did listen to the phone,
Right, and again, it kind of goes back to what is the grabber's ultimate goal? Is it just having them be naughty boys so he has the reason to kill them and that's it, or is there more to it? I don't really.
Well, I think at one point too, they said that Finney was going to be the last one, or Ethan Hawke said he was going to be the last one. It made you think that he was trying to accomplish something with the phone, maybe, or oh, you're special, you're different because you can hear the phone. That's kind of what I was gathering from it, or seemed to be alluded. Finney was the one that could hear the phone. He was this special person, and he'd be the last one the grabber would have to kill. Maybe that's what we're going to go into, right? Where it's in being killed by Finney, now the grabber is this immortal boogeyman being that can haunt people. I don't know.
A Freddy Krueger type deal.
Yeah, or something where it's he
lives in the telephone lines or whatever.
Ooh.
That'd be. You know what? We all need to just go watch Black Phone 2 at this point.
I think at this point we need to.
Yeah.
So many
I'm
unanswered questions
now. Yeah.
What's that, Arnold?
I'm kind of interested now. When does it take place?
Yeah. What if it takes place in What if it takes place in the late '90s and he starts haunting internet phone lines?
It says Finn is now 17.
Dial-up internet.
In Black Phone 2, Finn is now 17. So 4 years later.
Yeah, the actor grew up.
Huh.
So they would have had to have done it pretty soon because he's just like a dude now. The mortgage, back pain. Oh no, that's us because we're all in our 30s and 40s. We should just go. I kind of want to. Yeah, when it comes out on streaming, I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna go pay money in the movie theater.
Oh, is that in the theaters?
$13, by the way, to go to the movie theater. Yeah, it's in the theaters right now.
It's in theaters.
But I'm not going to pay $13 even for a early bird admission.
Yeah. $13 is a steal for movies these days.
What is it in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, I mean, I want to say it's, well, shoot, I don't know. When you take a family of 4 to the movies, you're spending $100. So
yeah. I always end up going
dropping
for
a
free.
C note to see a movie.
Yeah.
I always end up going for free because I win my tickets on the radio station. Shout out to Jammin' 99.5.
Wow, 99.5. They're still around, huh?
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's jamming now. It's not M99 Modern or whatever is it called. M Modern 995.
They're always changing formats depending on who owns them.
They changed it up.
The Eagle.
Changed it up. The Eagle.
Is the Eagle still around?
Yeah, the Eagle's still around.
The Kegels.
Yeah.
Make sure to do your Kegels, boys. Well, yeah, that's the Black Phone, gentlemen. I think that's a good stopping point right there. I mean, did anybody else have any quick thoughts they wanted to discuss before we start to wrap her up?
I will point out that IMDb did rate it 6.9 out of 10 stars.
Nice. Not 6.7.
Not
No, not 6.7.
A nearly perfect score, 6.9.
But yeah, I think unless anybody has something else, I think we'll go around the room and give our final thoughts. And Anthony, you're the guest of honor, so tell us, what are your final thoughts on the Black Phone and where can people find you?
Yeah, so I thought it was, like I said, it was an interesting concept. I feel like the paranormal horror was done decently well. It captured my intrigue throughout the entirety of the film, but I feel like there was a lot of questions that were left unanswered, whether that be intentional because they were hoping to get a second movie, or it was just made without answers to those questions is yet to be seen. I think seeing the second movie hopefully answers some of those. So I'd say it's a good setup for a film universe. But again, 4 years later is when the second movie came out. I find it hard to believe that was the intention. Ethan Hawke's character was intriguing. I think he did a good job of acting in a creepy, villainous role. Again, the motivation wasn't all too fledged out. The masks were cool looking, but again, no reason really given behind it. So I feel like there was a lot of potential, but not a ton of substance behind every choice that was made. I probably, and knowing it's Blumhouse, since they've done some really good stuff, I think I give it a 2 out of 5.
Do you think they balance the real world horror and supernatural elements well? All things considered.
Yeah, I'd say that, especially in the 70s when there was a lot of like abductions, child abductions were a big worry and scare and kind of the fear mongering thing on the nightly news. I definitely say they leaned into that fear, right? So I definitely think that there was some realism there, and then it piggybacked and teed up the paranormal horror fairly well. Like I said, that rating might change seeing Black Phone 2 and getting some of these questions answered, but just on its own as a standalone film, there was a lot of things that I wish it would have done that it didn't. And I think it was only like maybe 90 minutes. Like it wasn't that long of a movie.
No,
I feel like they could have packed a couple extra minutes in there and really answered some of these questions.
Watch Black Phone 2 and your score goes
down. Like it's a 1.
Cool. Where can people find you? Anything you want to plug? Anything you're working on?
I am off of social media because it's a plague. No, I'm still at Toner on the social medias, but not doing a whole ton because the internet is a cesspool again.
We have that dynamic where like we don't really talk regularly all the time, but we constantly send memes back and forth to each other on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah,
and
when you don't send me memes for a few days, I'm like, Adrian got banned again.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I've been a good little boy lately. I'll have you know, not a naughty
Good
boy.
little boy.
Oh, good. The Black Phone guy is not going to come.
Yeah.
Grabber won't come in abracadabra.
Exactly, lest I be grabbed by the grabber.
Yeah, sorry if Anthony. Sometimes I'll respond to your something that you send on TikTok like a month later, 3 months later.
Oh, it's good. It just let you guys know that I'm thinking about you.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I hope you're happy with what we've done with the place. Got a whole new streaming thing, and
It looks nice. I like the video aspect. I think you guys, the TikTok social media stuff, I'm really digging it. It'll come across my feed every now and then. I'm like, I know these crazy clowns.
Yeah. Yeah. We've had a lot of fun without you. So, always
as is the case, right? It's usually a lot of fun without me.
Whenever you want to be on, it's an open invitation. So
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, life has been fun and crazy and everything in between, but there's some stability here and there. So we'll try to get more of these on the calendar.
Can we talk about this? You're a married man now. Is that okay?
I am. Yeah, absolutely. Married man. Two little ones. My wife's first marriage. She has 2 kids. So now I have 2 kids. They're great, but they are tweens. So that's in Adrian. Your one is also in that age range.
I'm a few years away from the tween stage, but yeah, it's gonna come.
How old is Monty now?
He's 8, so yeah.
Oh, okay. So a little ways away.
Just a couple more years.
That's still a fun age. Like that's how old they were when I met them, and that was fun. They still like to play and goof around and. Now I get a lot of eye rolls.
Yeah, well, yeah, he still likes me enough to talk to me at this stage, and about Minecraft and 6-7 and Skibbity Toilet and all his interests. So but awesome. Well, yeah, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on. It's been a pleasure. But Alex, I'll go to you next. What are your final thoughts on the Black Phone?
Black Phone. It instantly thought of like Blumhouse, and like I feel like a lot of my feelings towards this movie are very similar to what Anthony had already spoken to. A lot of questions left unanswered. Nothing very, very. The gravity of this film never reached the fever pitches as I would have liked to have seen, like how it did in Weapons. Weapons had that like weight to it of like these kids, like Like you look at Josh Brolin's character and how he felt about the missing kids, and the kids that like you never. I think that what was really missing were the parents of these kids and like how they felt. Like if you had casted somebody to like seeing them a little bit more like have a presence. Maybe the whole point was that they were the parents of these kids were kind of absentee, and that's what attracted the grabber to them. That's what I'm thinking now as I'm talking about it. But at the same time, there should be some people who have like some care for these kids who got abducted, especially, the first kid, Bruce Yamada. He like they show a little like thing of him as a baby with his parents, and they seem like pretty happy and well balanced. So I don't know. A little bit more of that would have been nice to see. It would have made me feel like it would have given me more a reason to care about the kids that like not that you shouldn't. These kids are like abducted. Obviously, this is a bad abduction is a
Fuck
bad
them
thing.
kids.
Exactly. But it doesn't feel earned. You know what I mean? Like we talk about that a lot. It doesn't feel earned. Finney's felt earned, yeah, the most 100%. But like all the rest, like it just kind of felt like maybe Robin's, because it was Finney's kid, but Finney's friend, and you wanted to root for him to still be alive, but obviously they're all dead, Yeah, again, Blumhouse, it's hit or miss for me when it comes to Blumhouse films. I know they have a lot of hits. The Saw series isn't part of Blumhouse.
No.
I don't think so. I forget.
They did like Purge. They did Insidious.
They did, what's that one Android movie? That, like, was it?
Android movie. Oh, was it
That
Ex
one-
Machina?
No. Megan. Megan.
Oh,
They did
Megan.
yeah.
That was.
They didn't.
Yeah.
So like what I find interesting is that during like right around the time that Black Phone came out, like a lot of those Blumhouse movies, they did this whole huge thing during Universal Halloween Horror Nights. That was like basically just all Blumhouse stuff. They had Black Phone, Megan. So they just kind of like crammed them all, and it that's what it seems like that's what they're trying to do. They're just cash cowing a lot of stuff, I mean,
Blumhouse was
hedging their
behind-
bets.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Blumhouse did do. Is it Blumhouse or Blumhouse? I don't know.
Blumhouse,
but
I think.
Blumhouse. They did do the Saw movies. You were right about that. Lionsgate,
Okay.
Twisted Pictures, and then Blumhouse was actual production.
Okay, so like Blumhouse probably just picked up the mantle after like Lionsgate, I think. And anyways, 2.5 out of 5 is my score. I was entertained, and like we've been talking about, I'm curious about like how hopefully the Black Phone 2 will flesh out the mythology.
Yeah.
I'm not very confident. I feel like they will drop the ball, because like they even talked about like the sequel to. I've heard I haven't seen Megan, but I heard the sequel to Megan kind of sucked.
Seems like it jumped the shark. Yeah.
I heard that she's
Yeah.
not like the bad, like she's not like the antagonist in the sequel.
That's what
anymore.
I heard.
And that's
It
like,
almost
what I
seems like they
heard.
went like comedic too, like how Chucky eventually went like in this comedy
Yeah.
horror route.
Yeah.
It seems like that's what Megan
Yeah.
2 has done.
like what they did to Boba Fett in that show that they made. Like Boba Fett was supposed to be a
that was
bad
awful.
guy.
That was terrible.
And then in the show, he's like, I'm a sheriff, and I'm here to.
Yeah. But
Also,
that,
he's
that
a
was
good
Robert,
dude.
that was Robert Rodriguez's vision to make him like this like cowboy sort of like Wild West sort of feeling.
He's a cowboy.
Slight correction, Adrian. Twisted Pictures did Saw, and then Blumhouse just recently purchased the rights. They purchased 50% of the rights to Saw.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they didn't create it. They just now own 50%.
That always happens
stake.
when they make like 30 movies in a single front. And
Yeah.
horror, it's always like that. It's always 30 films,
Yeah.
10 films. There'll probably be a
Yeah.
Black Phone 3, 4, 5, eventually until.
I'm sure.
Eventually,
I
Maya
wonder-
Hawke will
Black
be
Phone, the
the
beginning.
Oh, yeah.
I
yeah.
wonder-
The prequels, yeah.
Yep.
I wonder when like Ethan Hawke will stop like playing the grabber.
I'm telling you,
Is he
his
part of
daughter's
part-
going to take over. Maya Hawke will be the new grabber or something. I'm
Should be
telling
the
you.
first grabber.
Maya Hawk or Hawk Tua?
Hey.
Hey.
But yeah, no, that's my score. You can find me at Daily Dares and all the socials.
Perfect. Thanks for that, Alex. Appreciate that. Arnold, let's start with your, what are your final thoughts on this movie?
Okay. Okay, so there's a few things that I just thought of as you guys were talking, and I don't want to forget them. So, Bloomhouse. I couldn't help but think of Officer Bloom. When I think of Bloomhouse, Officer Bloom is the one who caught me in high school, who's the one who called me out of class when I got caught buying weed in high school.
Is this a shout out to him, or is it like you're trying to like call him out?
It's a traumatic experience, and I just can't help but think when I think of Bloomhouse, I'm like, Officer Bloom, his house. No, not Bloom's house.
You were a naughty boy back then.
He's the grabber.
He grabbed me out of the class, and they I got suspended.
You got a rap sheet 3 miles long, my friend.
And just thinking about how this took place. So this took place in the 70s. The stories in the 70s. So I remember when I was a kid, and say I wanted to open the window and just like put my arm out the window, or stick my hand out the window. Whether it was my grandma or my aunt or uncle, my parents, they'd be like, "What? Be careful! Somebody might grab you and take you." And so I don't know if it's.
I thought you were going that hereditary route where your arm was going to get lobbed off.
Mom did that recently. We were driving to lunch, and then this guy had his arm out the window. He has his arm out. Somebody's gonna grab him. I was like, hold on, what?
What are we in the 70s?
You never lose your motherly instincts, I think.
Yeah, so that was just two like funny little thoughts that I thought about. Didn't really have anything to do with the movie. I guess sort of the movie made me think of that. But going into the movie, the mask, it looked pretty frightening, which I had no idea what the movie was going to be about. But then from the beginning, you realize, after Bruce goes missing, you're like, oh. And then the way how like the credits, how it starts, you're like, okay, it's really setting it up. Okay, it's this kind of movie. All right. A missing child, you see all that. I really like that his homie Robin, sad to see him get grabbed and taken and unfortunately killed.
He was a real one. He was a real one.
Yeah. But they all showed him and tried to help him and get into whether it was like digging holes or finding that cable. It was a pretty you guys know I like really bad movies, and so I
what are you talking about?
Thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was really good, and from the beginning to the end, I was like glued to it. I was like at the edge of my seat. And then this is after a full day of work and after eating a full entire meal from Habit always seems to be the place, probably because they're close by, and there was a free offer of a free California chicken club sandwich with an $8 purchase. So if you guys have the Habit app, make sure to check your offers, because I think it expires on the 25th.
No Habits in my neck of the woods, unfortunately. So I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. But and so overall, the score that I'm gonna give it, I give it a 4, a letterbox 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it.
There's no wrong way to score a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are wrong ways to score, if you know what I mean. But there's no wrong way to score a movie.
Yeah, don't buy out in the open in front of during passing periods or anything.
Because of the implication,
you don't want to score
Mr. Bloom's house
by grabbing.
Yes. You don't want to score with Mr. Bloom?
Yeah, Officer Bloom.
Officer Bloom.
I'm sure. I wonder if what he's up to now.
I think he's a listener.
This is maybe, or is that his company, Bloomhouse?
Yeah, he started a studio after he arrested you. You made him do a career change. He's like, I can't deal with these kids
He's like,
anymore. I'm gonna go to Hollywood,
that
baby.
movie, The Grabber reminds me of Arnold. That's funny.
Where can people find you, Arnold?
You can find me on all the interest medias because it seems like all algorithms now. It's going by interest. So
Exactly.
I'm everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Snap, Threads. Yeah, I'm all over.
All those apps, they're not social media apps anymore. They're content-driven apps that are all algorithmic and interest-based, and everything's a search engine because Google's dead. I don't search. You know what I search? I search Reddit. That's what I do. That's what I put into Google. I like, how do I fix this thing plus Reddit? And then I get, results.
I just
heard
search everything on Pornhub, so getting weird responses back. But
Another great source, yeah.
I heard something that like 50% of what's on the internet now is just like AI and bots,
Yeah.
like on all social media.
we're getting very
That's
close to dead internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
50%
No,
of all
they
internet
were
traffic.
actually saying that the internet is dead.
Really?
Actually,
Yeah. 50% of all internet traffic is in fact bots. That's not even like an opinion. That's a
that
fact.
even goes towards like job applications too. Like if you're looking for looking for a job, I heard like within 24 hours, if you're not applying to a new post, you're out of shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yes, sir. It's a brave new world, gentlemen. It's a brave new world. Speaking of brave new worlds, we have a brave new segment, Anthony. That I don't know if you caught on this, but
No, I haven't.
My favorite segment of the show is Arnold, the Arnold snooze-o-meter. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know if that's the actual theme, but we'll put it in post later. Arnold, your snooze-o-meter ranking for this movie. Did you fall asleep? Or
Not
you
at
tell
all.
us?
Oh yeah, I went into all that about habit, having a full on meal, and I didn't get sleepy at all. It fully captivated me. It kept me. I was into it, and yeah, a 0Z movie, and it was not the kind of, because I thought it was just like a horror, just because like the way the mask looked and everything. But I like how all these horror flicks that we've been watching, it's not like your typical, I guess I haven't watched too many, and I'm just used to like the standard scary movie, but these all have different twists and nuances, and they're different flavors, and I'm I'm enjoying them. So.
And that's the Arnold snooze-o-meter.
To be
Good stuff.
to be fair, Anthony, it's just we just reframed that.
I was gonna say
segment.
we did the Z ratings before, but yeah. Now there's a theme song. I like it.
Yeah. It's the best.
We've
Beats
gone
the
around.
rest.
We've gone around almost the entire table. Last up, be the below TZ too big.
Yes, sir. Well,
You're best for last.
so my rating didn't change from my initial score back in 2022, which at this point feels like 10 years ago. It was 2.5 stars, but I'm going to say it's a strong 2.5 stars. And I'm going to read you my letterbox review that I wrote today. The black phone throws us into the 1970s suburbia where kids ride bikes unsupervised, parents drink their feelings, and apparently nobody notices a man cruising around in a suspicious black van. Right away, we're living in a world where slurping your soup is grounds for a beating, because 70s parents, I guess, and where cops will genuinely interrogate a child about her dreams like she's the town oracle. Gwen, by the way, is the best character in the movie, and she knows it. She curses like a sailor, fights back twice as hard, and somehow becomes the police department's strongest lead, even though her evidence is just visions from her dreams. Meanwhile, her dad is a violent alcoholic, and also, unfortunately, and I apologize for this, a pretty bad actor. Tough combo. When Finney gets grabbed by a guy we barely see but who radiates no energy from the first frame, things get creepy fast. Ethan Hawke is genuinely unsettling as the grabber, hovering between childish whimsy and full-blown predator. He delivers lines like, "I just wanted to look at you," with that soft menace that crawls under your skin. But the movie hardly uses him. He's a shadow, an idea, a mask, effective, but oddly underdeployed for someone as terrifying. Once Finney is trapped, the supernatural elements kick in. The rotary phone on the wall keeps ringing, but only for Finney, and the grabber hears it too. He pretends not to. The ghosts of previous victims call him to offer advice, strategies, and encouragement, turning the whole thing into a paranormal escape room where the hints come from dead kids with attitude. Some of the filmmaking choices wobble, like Gwen's bizarre running in place dolly shot. I don't know if you guys caught that. It was supposed to be a dolly zoom. I was like, she's just running on a treadmill.
Yeah.
But the movie maintains a solid tension. Max, the grabber's brother, is the one guy actually trying to solve the case, and he gets ignored by the cops in favor of a child psychic. When he finally stumbles into the truth, well, the grabber takes care of that real quick. The final showdown gives Finney his long-awaited hero moment. He uses everything the ghost kids taught him, plays the grabber's twisted naughty boy game, and sets a brutal trap involving dirt, wire, and a phone weighted with sand. The kill is intense, cathartic, and earned. Too bad the cops raid the wrong house first, but honestly, that feels right for this world. Finney escapes and the siblings reunite. Roll credits. Overall thoughts: The Black Phone has some interesting ideas about childhood trauma, supernatural revenge, and a masked predator whose psychology we never truly understand. Ethan Hawke is fantastic, but we barely see him, and the film never explains why he kidnaps and kills these kids. The writer said he's a pedophile? Pedophile? But the movie never commits to showing or even hinting at that with clarity, which leaves a strange empty space at the core of the story. It all adds up to a movie that's compelling in moments, but ultimately didn't really pull me in, and that's my score for Letterboxd, 2.5 stars out of 5. You can find me on Letterboxd. By the way, Boots Too Big. You can find the show all over the internet, like Arnold said. Right, Arnold? We're everywhere, guys. We are on Blue Sky. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok, Threads, Facebook, and even X for some reason. I don't know why we're still on X. But
Do we have OnlyFans yet?
We're working on that.
All right.
Our interns are grabbing all the proper assets.
Arnold stretching and cooking different meals.
And you can visit our website, neverseenapodcast.com. Shout out to you, Anthony, for troubleshooting several times when we've had issues with that.
My pleasure.
But it's up there. It's still there. You can email us, podcast.neverseenit@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Subscribe to us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts from. If you like the show, share it, leave us a review. Have you seen Black Phone 2? What are your thoughts on it? A big thanks to Mr. Kyle Maps and the Burn Cycle for our intro and outro music. You can follow Kyle on Instagram at selfies_food_and_pets. Thank you for listening. Any final thoughts from the gentleman?
No AI in this podcast, damn it.
Not with that attitude.